Well, what a sight this is. A beautiful evening and the promise of a match that will really get the juices flowing.
Well, I'm Peter Drury, and I'm joined in the commentary box by the familiar figure of Jim Beglin.
Hello, Peter, and hello to everyone watching. For me, it's a real thrill to be here.
Colours vivid and vibrant, songs loud and proud. The tone for this game is well and truly set. Everybody standing for the national anthem of Croatia. Was special. Now stand by for this. Well, there are plenty looking forward to seeing this. A capacity crowd here.
Well, at least on the face of it, Peter, there's very little at stake in this.
But, Jim, but...
Well, it still gives ample opportunity for some fringe players to make their case. So I'm inclined towards something that's still high in intensity, in conviction, in tempo even. And that's not a bad thing.
And that gets things running. Who do you think this turns on, Jim?
Well, Peter, I think we'll be seeing a lot of this fella, Mateo Kovacic, if he's got the freedom to get forward. He's got the athleticism, he's got the staying power, and he loves to press. And just keep an eye out for that drop of the shoulder. He loves to go past opposition players.
He would be the obvious choice, wouldn't he? He certainly has all the right qualities. It's a good foot in there. Well timed, excellent interception. Juranovic. Šutalo. And he's had it nicked away. Very nicely done. There's a beautiful simplicity about this contest. Willing running on one side, dogged defence on the other. First quarter of an hour gone. Pinches it off him. Looking to play him in.
You can never be short of runners into space, as long as the space left behind is filled.
And it's Croatia who take the lead. Well, was he ever going to miss that? Of course he wasn't.
Well, that's really well played, Peter. You have to appreciate the simplicity of it all. Killer pass, perfectly delivered.
So we have the first goal.
Well, this should allow them to be a bit more expansive, although they'll be wise to be cautious for now.
Vardiol kept his eye on it, and he's there. Always onto this.
Whatever happens, that's the kind of movement which raises hope.
This looks promising. Budimir!
Poland really can't go chasing this game too soon. Any rash decisions now could see them lose it.
Nothing wrong with that tackle. Ball won cleanly. Modric. Now it's Kramaric. That is good pressure, just hounded him off it. Oh, we expected better, and so did he. Baturina. He's going to be disappointed with that.
OK, being behind at the break isn't ideal, but there's plenty of time to reply. Well, it's a move of great promise, but will it really prove productive?
Lewandowski. Lewandowski going forward. Schutalo. Kovacic has created one goal already. Now it's Szymanski. Now it's Piontek. The less said about that pass, the better. Kovacic.
There will be 1 minute added time.
Great ball, and he's in here. That's it, 45 minutes up. There's been no shortage of industry or intent thus far. A little inspiration and inventiveness, perhaps the only things lacking. Poland currently behind by 1-0 at the break.
Is now in operation for your
well, let's
safety.
not beat about the bush, Peter. It's been fairly flat, and the support have had little to cheer about. So an awful lot of questions have got to be asked, and the answers need to be found in a hurry.
Well, that just about sorts out the first 45 minutes, and we'll be back with the second very soon.
Everyone, please welcome to the field our players.
So, into the second half.
Well, I think in these circumstances, it's all about how to adjust the balance of your team. I mean, you want to get back in it as soon as possible, but without leaving yourself too open.
Budimir had a... It's Kramaric! That was superb goalkeeping.
Really looked sharp there, didn't he? That's very well played.
And it's hoisted clear. Nice looking ball. Ooh, played through for the wide man. Well, the defence just about came out on top, but they were certainly tested. Szymanski. Szymanski ventures forward. Poland still this single goal behind. Vardiol. Now Schutalo. Modric. And it's Modric. Piontek. Lewandowski. Oh, good take in a good area.
That's exactly what they need to keep doing. Carry on plugging away, and eventually you might just get that little break.
There is an irresistible, irrepressible look about them here.
I think they just have to keep forcing the issue, and they'll get clinical.
It's a searching pass. And he was alert to it. Cash makes a move down the right. And it's Szymanski. Cash providing an outlet on that flank. And that is well cleared. Perisic. Your impression so far, Jim?
Poland are not doing enough to get themselves back in the game. They're not as threatening as their opposition. It's got to change.
And that's another good win of the ball. Driving forward.
Keep calm and carry on. That's the job in a nutshell now.
And he plays one through. It's a promising position. Szymanski. For Piontek. Piontek. Spread to the right. Piontek. Big chance! Oh, it's come off the upright. And no mistake. They have stolen level at the last. Piontek duly reaps his reward, kept his cool whilst the defence lost their bearings.
Such good movement. Some players have that natural ability to be in the right place at the right time. We've just seen the perfect example.
Substitution for Poland, number 9.
So changes afoot here, and from both sides. So all square with almost no time remaining.
Well, those players out there must be exhausted now, Peter, but at least they have momentum, which augurs well if this goes to extra time.
Nothing in it still. We move to extra time. So that was the second half.
Well, look, this has been a hard-fought encounter, Peter, so mistakes are far more likely over the next 30 minutes.
Number 2.
So a brief break, and then we will be back for more.
22.
And we are already back underway.
11. Number 25.
Poland displayed great resilience to find the late equaliser that's got them here. How can they go one better? Now he's running away. Now it's Sucic. Matanovic. Oh, nicely intercepted. He won't be happy with that one. Nicely worked. Vlasic. Piazza. Matanovic receives it in a good position here. Nicely spread. Perisic cuts out the pass. Vardiol. Great defending, strong and determined. Oh, well played, well sorted out. And we're halfway through extra time. So nothing yet in extra time to make a difference. This, the final 15 minutes, for someone to do something. The hostilities have already resumed. It has been a slugfest. Significant blows landed, but still no knockout. Chance for a shot! Another one of football's and how moments.
Well, we could be headed for a scenario in which next goal is the winner. That chance could have been it too.
And it's been taken short. Flings in across. He's rising!
And no, he couldn't find the finish. This is intriguing. Next goal critical.
It's a very open game and an exciting watch. There are no signs of nerves or caginess from either team. This pitch is go-for-it territory right now. Deserved a better ball there. He's right to be disappointed. They're avoiding the blatantly obvious by not getting the ball into the opposition box. That's where it has to be.
Looking for options for movement. Now it's Vlasic. He has found the way through. Real chance here. Cleared away. There it is, the whistle. No avoiding penalties. So after all of that, what can we say?
I can only applaud the sheer doggedness and tenacity on show in watching both teams refusing to lose. I mean, they both ran their socks off.
So 2 inconclusive hours of action. All that remains then, penalties. Though this one to set the tone. And he duly obliges.
Well, so far, so good, Peter.
Sucic is the next to run the gauntlet.
Yeah, good pen that.
He had to, and he did. Buxa, second in line for them. Oh, great save! That is a great save! Juranovic, second to go. Oh, you're not going to save that.
Yeah, made his mind up very quickly and just didn't waver.
Poland looking to keep step. Big character, big moment, big save. Well, whatever he did, it worked, did it not, Jim?
Gamesmanship or not, Peter, whatever he did worked a treat.
Up by 2. They're up by 2.
Well, this is effectively a very welcome cushion, Peter. Well, you know what I'm going to say, Peter. It's all about nerve.
Missed, and that is it. So it has all ended in hurt. The team played their parts in a terrific struggle, admirably at times, but when it all mattered, they have fallen ever so slightly short. So, Jim, quite a game, decided in the end in the only way it could have been.
Poland really must be wondering how different this all could have been had they taken their chances, Peter. But it really was fine margins all round, I suppose, you know, having been on both ends of such results.
Hello and welcome one and all. The atmosphere building very nicely here.
Hello, everybody,
Gorgeous,
and welcome
gorgeous
to the
evening. The
game.
skies are clear, the noise is fervent, the atmosphere frenetic. I'm Peter Drury, and here with me in the commentary box, I'm glad to report, is Jim Beglin.
Thanks for that, Peter, and may I say a big hello to everyone.
Colours vivid and vibrant, songs loud and proud. The tone for this game is well and truly set. Time for the first of the anthems. According to what we've been told, this is how it looks. It's 4-3-3.
Yeah, and the two wide players up front can make the system pretty much succeed or fail. They'll be quite flexible in their creative movement. They like to drift in. At times they'll mix their game up and keep their width. And of course they're also expected to track any runs from opposition fullbacks. So they've got quite hard-working jobs. But if they can gain a one-on-one advantage, they can dictate.
Things already rolling. Short changes him with that pass. Looking to play him in. And it's made its way to him. And he shoots! Oh, the ball's run loose here. That's a good ball out wide. It's a sweeping cross. Spread to the right. Knocks it into space. And he's picked it up out wide. Played in. And he's following up! They want to be quick to recover this.
Kenya would very much seem to be growing their confidence here. You can feel it.
Ball's gone out of play. No goals as yet. And the shot! Now, who's going to be first to this?
It's the sort of situation that they'll want to capitalise on now.
Aimed beyond the defence. Space for him to turn and look. Big chance! Oh, he's been caught napping. And it's played in. Bakasetas. That is ended up in no man's land. Tries one from range. He's delivered all right. One sweeping move executed with deadly efficiency.
Kenya are such an adept counter-attacking team. They produced something out of nothing there. A few seconds was all it took for them to convert a defensive situation into a goal, and it's very impressive.
You felt it was coming. 1-0.
Yeah, but I think they all know too well that things are far from done here, and while there's never a good time to be caught out, you definitely don't want it to be now.
He's got away. Excellent challenge there, uncompromising. A quick look, thought about cutting inside. And the keeper beats it away. And he's managed to get free.
Crossing will never be an exact science, but that's as inexact as it comes.
That's good pressing, squeezing the play. It's run loose here.
It looks very much like they'd be happy to settle for this narrow lead at the break.
Looking for options for movement. Oh, he had to make that, and he did make it. And that has earned a reprieve for the time being. Nicked it back promptly. Delivers the ball.
There will be
Nice and easy for the goalkeeper. And that has left him in a heap. He has found the way through. And that is the end of the first half. Well, there were plenty of talking points in that first half, but just the one goal. It's still anybody's game here. Reflections on the first half?
Well, this is when you need your players to step up, Peter. Be brave, see all that courage. They need to have a big start to the second half to give them some momentum, and they're not going to get that if they're being too risk-averse.
Kenya looking solid, if not too much more at half-time. It's 1-0. Back on the way then.
Well, my advice would be to keep at it. If you're doing well, keep it going.
He's through here. Oh, this is a great... And the shot! And no mistake. They are right back in business.
Well, I always thought they had it in them, Peter. They upped the quality as needed, and once they got going, they were awfully hard to stop.
The goal scorer for Greece after 53
Well, I think it's pretty obvious, Peter, that this emphasises the importance of having willing runners who want to go behind that defence. One good ball, and they're in.
We're looking at a different game now.
Well, something tells me there'll be a few more twists and turns before it's all over, Peter.
Oh, really cute. What a lovely series of passes. It's a promising position. Mavropanos attempts a clearance. Greece are looking to break at pace. It's a pretty loose pass.
We're in for an intriguing second half now, contrasting moods.
Oh, he's having a go! Too close for comfort. He's in a great position here. You would think that now would be a good time to consider some changes.
Well, the manager must be thinking to himself whether he's got a game changer on that bench, and he needs to act quickly.
Oh, easy pickings there.
Greece really look like a team that's set up to absorb pressure. They don't mind being on the back foot.
But with something up their sleeve.
Yeah, they clearly feel they can hit hard on the counter-attack thanks to their pacey options.
Couldn't squeeze it through.
Oh, really well played. They'll want to make the most of this turnover.
That's good running with the ball. He'll try from distance! No, not quite.
I think that's just more proof that this team is very comfortable playing on the break. They're really swift.
Number 24, coming on the field, number 7, number 16, substitution in progress.
And he's picked it up out wide. And that pass just didn't quite work.
Well, he got rid because he was under pressure.
Greece making further changes here and in quick succession.
Well, for me, this was the obvious substitution. He'd become just a little jaded, and as a result...
Towering header! Another one of football's and how moments.
Oh, and looky, there's the urgency they need, and it nearly brought them a goal.
Just eases him off the ball. This is intriguing. Next goal critical.
It's a very open game and an exciting watch. There are no signs of nerves or caginess from either team. This pitch is go-for-it territory right now.
Tries to play it through. Lovely bit of skill.
I think we might be done here, Peter. I don't see there being enough time for them to try again.
Minutes has been indicated.
Pinches it off him. 4 added minutes on the board. Still nothing in it, and we will be back for 30 more minutes. So still inseparable. What are you thinking, Jim?
Well, we can only hope we get an extra time contest of similar ambition, provided fatigue doesn't begin to play a part.
Number 22.
Well, no winner after 90 minutes. Another 30 minutes, hopefully, to make a difference. Well, we are already up and running again. Kenya needed that. They really needed it. Oh, he's going for goal! It's loose, and there's a race for the... Oh, he's been caught on it here! Hoisted in. Oh, there's the clearance. Tries a measured ball. And that has been knocked clear. Oh, such a clever touch. Now, what about this cross?
That was well seen too. Good clearance.
Oh, can he get onto this? Stood up well to him there. He won't be happy with that one. And now the breakaway. And that's a dangerous ball. There's the shot! Oh, wow, that's crazy! Oh, that has got to be it! This has to be it! His position was perfect, the invitation was there for him, and his response absolutely clinical.
Such a smart finish, and the setup was very good too, but defensively, they didn't cover themselves in glory here.
Substitution on the field, number 14.
So that was it, the first period of extra time.
Making their way home on public
The
transportation
teams then
today.
separated by just one significant moment. How telling will that be? The next 15 minutes will decide. And if you're just back, well, the action is back underway already. Well, this really has been an epic encounter, and there are some tired limbs out there. How much more can the players give? He's found a way through. Oh, that's neat. Kenya are running out of time and out of options.
Yeah, they're really playing in hope at this point, but hope is something you can always cling to.
And the finish! Oh, good finish! Once more they've done it! They just will not lie down!
Exactly what you want to see from your players. Courage, fight in the face of adversity. You couldn't ask for much more.
After 24 minutes in extra time
They
is
forced the error and extracted the maximum punishment.
Well, a little more decisiveness on the ball, and that probably wouldn't have happened, but still, it was very well played. Great pressure to force the error.
Quite a game this, all square again. The pressing's intense and it's paid off. He's shifting through the gears here.
Well, that might be that, Peter. Maybe both sides just going to have to settle for the draw now.
Oh, well played. Oh, this looks sharp. And that is that. There is only one way to decide this now. Kenya found a way, somehow.
I can only applaud the sheer doggedness and tenacity on show
Hello, attendees. This is a
watching both
lost
teams
children's
refusing to
announcement.
lose. I mean, they
Please
both
keep your
ran their
eyes
socks
on your
off.
children during the match at all times.
Nothing more the coaches can do. They, along with the rest of us, mere spectators, as we hit football's ultimate drama. That's a brilliant read. Oh, keeper looked very big there.
Well, Peter, I think he did well to hold his nerve then. Probably gave him that important edge.
Oh, that's a great get by the keeper. Well, whatever he did, it worked, did it not, Jim?
Gamesmanship or not, Peter, whatever he did worked a treat.
So on to the second man. And he sticks it away.
I thought he handled the pressure really well there. His focus cut right through it.
Oh, you're not going to save that. And he duly obliges. We're on to number 3 here. Oh, great save! That is a great save! Made it look easy.
Looks like he's done it 1,000 times. Never looked like missing.
Kenya are looking to him to tie things up. No! Denied remarkably! Oh, talk about coming up with the goods.
Well, Peter, I think he did well to hold his nerve then. Probably gave him that important edge.
Oh, he saved it! That is how you answer the call.
Gamesmanship or not, Peter, whatever he did worked a treat.
So can he do it? Can he keep them alive? It's in! Pick that one out!
Good penalty. The keeper might have done him a favour in committing just a bit early.
So it's all on the shoulders of the keeper. And that will do it! Kenya fall short in the lottery that is the penalty shootout. As cruel as that is, the two sides had been inseparable after 2 hours of action. Well, ultimately it came down to penalties. Any thoughts, Jim, having seen what you have?
It's a tough one to take, Peter. The players will be feeling like the better side lost, and to some extent that's true. I don't think they did an awful lot wrong, and that's probably what the boss is saying to them right now.
And we'd like to inform you now that the latest
Many
travel
thanks to Jim,
information is
and with that,
currently being
it is
displayed
a
on
very
the
good
screen.
night to you. Hello and welcome one and all. The atmosphere building very nicely here. Gorgeous, gorgeous evening. The skies are clear, the noise is fervent, the atmosphere frenetic. I'm Peter Drury and this is Jim Begley.
Hi Peter, it's great to be here.
Well, the pre-match build-up has been fantastic. Now, the game itself. So, time for the anthems. So we're up and running. Played out to the left flank. Now it's Mudryk. Big chance! That's a fair try, but just off target.
Well, it wasn't the worst decision, really. He certainly had enough belief to take it on.
It's a promising position, showing good feet. Great chance! Oh, just lacked a decent finish.
He just didn't catch that one right, and he knows it.
That is ended up in no man's land. Zinchenko running with intent. Here's Mudryk. Now this could be a chance. Towering header! He will be livid with himself.
Yeah, I think that miss is going to give him nightmares for a while.
Shifted upfield. Now that's well seen too. Ukraine are seeing more of the ball, but still aren't carrying much goal threat. Well, that looks a decent ball. Mudryk! Very nicely done. Oh, shooting chance! Taremi. Pass is coming off in quick succession here. Not the most accurate pass. Taremi. A quick look, thought about cutting inside. Delivers the ball. Asmoon! Oh, how's that for a goal? A finish of the highest order, and it's Iran who take the lead. That is fabulous. Just drink it in.
Just look at that. Can't find the words to describe it, but I feel like I owe him a personal congratulations.
First breakthrough.
Well, I think the next 5 to 10 minutes will call for real focus as the opposition will inevitably react.
Knocks it into space. Dovbyk! And that is certainly not what he had in mind.
I just wonder what was on his mind there. Should have put his foot right through it. Iran really look like a team that's set up to absorb pressure. They don't mind being on the back foot.
But with something up their sleeve.
Yeah, they clearly feel they can hit hard on the counter-attack thanks to their pacey options.
And a chance! Oh, what has happened here? It's fallen kindly here. No, just not quite.
Well, that face says it all. I think I'd feel the same way, not that I was ever an expert at finishing or anything like that.
Sabani. Pass somewhat off target. Oh, important interception.
Has been indicated.
Godos. Taremi. Goes looking wide. And that pass just didn't quite work. And that brings the first half to a close. A very combative, competitive half with just the one decisive moment. It's been compelling stuff. Ukraine come in at half-time on the wrong end of a 1-0 scoreline.
Well, for me, Peter, things have never really got going, but at least this will be a good time to reflect and regroup. I can see a few changes coming, because whatever they've been doing, it just hasn't gelled.
So that was the first half, and we will be back with the second half shortly. So we're straight back at it at the start of the second half.
Ukraine can really do with some bigger names standing up here. At times they didn't even look as if they knew what they were doing.
And the shot! And that's a tiny finish. They have hauled themselves right back into it.
Well, I always thought they had it in them, Peter. They upped the quality as needed, and once they got going, they were awfully hard to stop.
After 54 minutes is...
And he's only too grateful to capitalise on the keeper's misfortune.
That has been drummed into him from such an early age, Peter. It almost came as second nature. He susses the keeper couldn't hold on to it, and he's there in a flash.
It's starting to look very interesting, this.
Well, something tells me there'll be a few more twists and turns before it's all over, Peter.
Well, the boss won't be happy about that at all. They were pedestrian in possession and carried almost no threat at all. But it is clear to see that he is not at all happy with that.
Yeah, he just didn't seem to get enough on the pass, Peter, did he?
And he cuts out the supply. Ukraine have kept their powder dry on the substitution front so far. Could that be about... Decent chance! Oh, he has absolutely drilled that.
Oh, that's a cracking try. Good technique to keep it low, too.
Substitution for Ukraine, number 7.
Ukraine choosing to make the first change.
Well, this could be a bit of a nightmare scenario for the defence, as you're going to be facing a very willing runner now, especially one that likes to make those runs beyond the defensive line.
Oh, that's a foul. Free kick's been given. Nicely spread. He's a sharp little ball here. Zinchenko. Oh, good read.
That's great positioning. So good from him.
Tries one from range. Not a bad try by any means.
I don't think anyone's really surprised that he's tried that, Peter. He's certainly confident in smacking one from range.
Zabani gets across to intercept that.
They need to play this quicker in transitions like this.
He's found a way through. That's very neat. He's having a hit! And somehow he's managed to miss it.
It's certainly a bold attempt, and there's nothing wrong with that. Shame he didn't work the keeper a bit more, though.
Number 11, Dogbik. Coming on the field, number 20, number 9. Substitution in progress.
That is good pressure, just hounded him off it. Ukraine have now used up all but one of their substitution windows. Well, the chip pass hasn't quite come off.
Iran really can't be faulted for their attitude, and if they go on to win this, it'll be fully deserved.
Can he get on the end of this? Oh, lovely feed. He is such a good mover. Oh, this is a great position.
Well, he got rid because he was under pressure.
So that means another 30 minutes football. So that was the second half.
Well, I think many on that pitch were ready for the final whistle to come, so let's hope that there's still plenty of energy about.
Number 24.
So no winner at full time. We will be going the distance.
Number 26.
Well, we are already up and running again.
Number 21. Number 19.
Played out wide.
Substitutions taking
Oh,
place.
it's played into the area. And he's heaved it away. Referee's given a throw. Yaremchuk. And he shoots! Oh, it rattles the bar! And it's hoisted clear. I think that's a corner. Yes, it is.
Substitution.
Time for a change in personnel. Header comes in! And no, he couldn't find the finish.
It's a very watchable game, isn't it? Any goal from here could well be the winner.
Oh, he's found support out wide. Yarmolenko gets into a good position. Iran making further changes here, and in quick succession. Stood up well to him there.
Added time.
Looking to play him in. Space for him to turn and look. And he's had it nicked away. And it is half-time in extra time. Well, nobody wants to settle for this, of course, but everyone is running nigh on empty. Is there going to be a moment to win it? And the action has already restarted. They have played themselves to a near standstill. What is left in the tank now? He steps in, and that's the end of that. Zabani. A game with so much to recommend it. Fabulous contest, but still no clear winner.
Well, a goal either way at this stage would qualify as a steal.
Now looking to orchestrate a counter. Oh, that's a key interception. Short changes him with that pass. Now it's Jahanbakhsh. Great vision. Thinks he's had a shot! Oh, he's managed to get it all wrong.
Oh, it's very good running, that. You're always going to have chances with that kind of movement. think we might be done here, Peter. I don't see there being enough time for them to try again.
That's it, there is no more. It is going to penalties. So we've done it, we've been there, we've gone the full 12 rounds.
It's a big well done to both defences for refusing to buckle under the pressure. Fatigue with focus is not the norm.
So 2 inconclusive hours of action. All that remains then, penalties. Oh, it's a really good save. That is how you answer the call.
Gamesmanship or not, Peter, whatever he did worked the treat. Yeah, looked so confident as well. The keeper's notes didn't help him then.
Ukraine are looking to keep pace here. No! Denied remarkably! Oh, keeper looked very big there.
Well, Peter, I think he did well to hold his nerve then. Probably gave him that important edge.
Great stop! And the keeper punches the air. Well, whatever he did, it worked, did it not, Jim?
Gamesmanship or not, Peter, whatever he did worked the treat.
This for parity. Big character, big moment, big save. Oh, talk about coming up with the goods.
Well, Peter, I think he did well to hold his nerve then. Probably gave him that important...
Of course. Will that prove decisive?
A great position now, but still work to be done. Well, you know what I'm going to say, Peter. It's all about nerve.
It's in. Pick that one out.
I don't think there was ever any doubt, really, Peter. Certainly not in his mind.
So it's all on the shoulders of the keeper. Oh, he saved it! Well, whatever he did, it worked, did it not, Jim?
Gamesmanship or not, Peter, whatever he did worked the treat.
Ukraine looking to save match point. Now there's a penalty.
Pick your spot, don't change your mind, and the keeper should be neutralised. Everyone here are holding their breath.
Oh, brilliant. He had to save it, and he did. Wow, talk about coming up with the goods.
Well, Peter, I think he did well to hold his nerve then. Probably gave him that important edge.
Some can barely watch here. Every kick potentially pivotal. Oh, that's a great get by the keeper.
Well, it was a possibility of happening like that. The way he was moving beforehand, very good save.
Oh, he saved it! That is how you answer the call.
Gamesmanship or not, Peter, whatever he did worked the treat.
Now it is the turn of the captain. Oh, great save! That is a great save! Oh, talk about coming up with the goods.
Well, Peter, I think he did well to hold his nerve then. Probably gave him that important edge.
Oh, brilliant. He had to save it, and he did. Oh, keeper looked very big there.
Gamesmanship or not, Peter, whatever he did worked the treat.
And incredibly, we're up to 8. That's a brilliant read.
Well, I think he had the measure of that all the way, Peter, and he is pumped.
So all eyes on the goalkeeper. And that will do it.
Oh, just allow me to get my breath back a little here, Peter. What an ending. Fantastic.
Ukraine fall short in the lottery that is the penalty shootout. As cruel as that is, the two sides had been inseparable after 2 hours of action. Well, ultimately it came down to penalties. Any thoughts, Jim, having seen what you have?
Ukraine really must be wondering how different this all could have been had they taken their chances, Peter.
And
But it really was fine margins all round, I suppose. You know, having been on both ends of such results in my career, I can't help but feel for these boys.
Many thanks to Jim, and with that, it is a very good night to you. So welcome one and all to a picturesque evening here. A clear night, all the ingredients for a showcase game that the passionate crowd demands. I'm Peter Drury, and joining me here, our expert Jim Beglin.
Well, thanks for that, Peter. I'm more than ready to get going here.
And the mood is boisterous. It is a perfect ambience for the central characters who are ready now to perform. If you have just joined, you have just missed the kickoff. This looks promising.
Ali really was well marshalled there because he was denied the opportunity to turn.
That's a throw. Nicely weighted ball.
You can never be short of runners into space, as long as the space left behind is filled.
Defending of the desperate variety. In once more. No change to the score, 0-0 it remains. Oh, easy pickings there.
Egypt really look like a team that's set up to absorb pressure. They don't mind being on the back foot.
But with something up their sleeve.
Yeah, they clearly feel they can hit hard on the counter-attack thanks to their pacey options.
Shooting chance! He's delivered all right! Well, was he ever going to miss that? Of course he wasn't.
Well, of course, it's great play to set him up, Peter, but you can't say the defence did themselves many favours then. They really should have picked him up sooner.
So the first goal of the game.
Well, I guess this ought to make things interesting, Peter. No doubt the opposition will now be forced.
He'll try from distance! And the two sides separated by the game's only breakthrough moment to this point. 1-0 the score. Excellent challenge there, uncompromising.
Qatar can certainly afford to see this half out now and reset during the break.
He ran himself into trouble there, free kick given away. And he is going into that little black book. Half-time getting close now. Well, he's going to be disappointed with that.
They want to be quick here. It's breakaway time.
There will be 1 minute at a
Look,
time.
he leaps for it!
Well, he certainly wasn't in the mood to take any risks.
And the referee has signalled for half-time. Well, there were plenty of talking points in that first half, but just the one goal.
Everyone, please
It's still
welcome the
anybody's
two
game
sides.
here. Qatar go in at half-time with a 1-0 lead.
Yeah, I like the fact that there was a genuine flow to this game, as well as intent. But I can't help feeling...
Foul and a free kick in a very dangerous area. No second thought, a straight red card. Well, no question, Jim, the referee has seen that as a professional foul.
He really ended up between a rock and a hard place then, Peter. Probably took the harder choice.
Mustafa Mohamed! And he's there to clear it. Now then, the ball's come loose. Good defending, albeit from an unexpected source.
Well, it's not a surprise to see that these days. All part of a forward's duties.
Miguel. Qatar are still that goal to the good. Oh, it's a nice idea, but the execution was lacking. Is there any support? And the shot! And it's in! 2 up now, and they are cruising. And that was as close to certain as can be.
Way too good, Peter. Too quick, too smart for that defence, who were made to look a little lost, in all honesty.
Qatar are now luxuriating in a 2-goal lead.
There's a certain authoritativeness in everything they do now. If they want to kill off this game, now's the time to get it done.
Now that looks a decent ball. Oh, he's managed to get himself offside. Time then for the first substitution of the game. And the break in play means they can now affect their change.
Yeah, he's looking for instructions, probably something along the lines of go make a nuisance of yourself.
He's in plenty of space here. It's a promising position. He is through here. He's in a great position here.
Substitutions taking place.
And we have our very first corner. And that should get the job done. And now they can spring out of defence. No, he's not getting past him there. Qatar still have the cards to affect this game. It's a pretty loose pass. Miguel. Pass is coming off in quick succession here. 75 minutes played.
It's a decent chance to counter-attack.
And this is Marmouche. There's the shot! Whistle's gone and the referee has given a penalty. And that really is the last thing they wanted to do. He knows what's coming, a second yellow, and he's off. Well, they are now a 9-man team.
Well, you either commit a foul and take one for the team, or just stand by and concede a potential goal. It's not a great choice, Peter, but I think I do the former in that position.
Substitution for Qatar. Number 4. Coming on the field is number 6. Substitution in Portugal.
And that's one back! A time for a cool head, and that is precisely what he showed.
That's a good penalty. Made the keeper commit early and set himself up for quite a comfortable finish.
The goal scorer for Egypt after 79 minutes is number 22, Marmouche.
Just one in it now.
Well, they'll just be praying that one more chance falls their way before the whistle goes.
That's good pressing, squeezing the play. Qatar have now used up all but one of their substitution windows. That's a sharp pass. Nice interception, his positioning was spot on. The final 5 minutes. Now is this the final assault? Oh, he's taken out, that'll be a foul. And he has shown him a yellow card. Played with finesse. Terrific effort! Denied by an instinctive save.
I think he's done great there, both reading it and dealing with it.
Added minutes has been indicated.
Strong running down that left flank. Goes looking wide. Very nicely done. And that is headed for the middle. That should be the goalkeeper's, and it is. Added time is up, and there goes the whistle. What a game, what a show. Both sides robustly going about their business, and that has turned it into quite a spectacle. It's the sort of game after which you feel it's a shame anybody had to lose. Well, how will we look back on that?
Well, Peter, this was probably more slugfest than a game of football, but I actually found it very enjoyable. A game that was constantly on the edge as both sides went full pelt trying to win this. A throwback to games gone by.
Well, thanks to Jim alongside me, and as the fans make their way home, so must we. Good evening to you.